Welcome to the first chapter of the Land of the Morning Light's Compendium. Within your adventures, you will come across different beings varying in all shapes and sizes, each with their own unique stories and interactions. The journey you will embark on will be filled with references from historical Korean tales. This compendium will give you an insight into what you might encounter in the Land of the Morning Light. The Gumiho, or the nine-tailed fox, is a creature of unimaginable power. It is said that they can live for thousands of years, and these proud creatures have amassed an abundant amount of knowledge during their lifetime. The Gumiho are curious creatures and have a fond interest in the world of humans. It is said that the nine-tailed fox can shapeshift, most commonly taking on the appearance of a beautiful woman. With their beauty, they would claim the lives of men, alluring them to consume their livers. Their true form is a fox with 9 tails, with an appearance that is both beautiful and terrifying, with many trying to gaze upon it in the moonlight. The Gumiho is believed to carry around her fox orb, the foci of power and strength. The orb holds many mystical properties, one of them being able to grant the wielder the ability to heal any illness. Heed this next tale carefully, as it may help you overcome the terror that is the Gumiho, for this is a story of 3 brothers who once had to deal with a fox of this nature. It was said the fox was in fact their sister. The 3 brothers pleaded to their parents, but they would not listen. Instead, the brothers were banished. The 3 brothers obtained 3 gourds, each one a different colour, and all of them having unique effects. One was white, the other red, and the last gourd was blue. The 3 brothers returned home, finding their parents dead. They each threw a gourd at the fox. It contorted and soon vanished. This knowledge was passed on and to this day remains an effective way to deal with the Gumiho. On your adventure, always be cautious of those around you, as people might not be what they seem. To be safe, try not to get on the wrong side of a Gumiho. That is, of course, you wish to see the next sunrise. The Geuseunsae is a corporeal being, or ghost, that originates from the stories told on Jeju Island. The island is located towards the south of the Korean peninsula, and was formed from an underwater volcanic eruption. The Geuseunsae is known to be born from the souls of the dead. Unlike normal ghost tales, the Geuseunsae is a vengeful spirit. The soul of the dead tends to be someone that has committed a grave sin, or someone who harbors a great amount of pain and resentment towards others. The Geuseunsae are known to wear cloaks and hats made of dried plants. The name of this clothing is Jujengi, and are often associated with the Geuseunsae. On Jeju Island, it was known that evil spirits, or those who died grievously, became birds. These creatures prey on lonely villagers during the day. Those possessed can only break free when someone talks to them. This is why the Geuseunsae targets those who are alone. In an old tale, it depicted the story of 2 farmers who were once good friends. One farmer went to visit his friend and saw a horrifying event unfold. His friend took the reins of a cow and started to wrap it around his neck, after which he tied the other side to a tree. The farmer raced to save his friend, asking him why he had done it. The friend told him that a bird-like creature tried to wrap a rope around his neck. It is not always safe to walk alone, even when the sun is shining. Silla was one of the 3 kingdoms of Korea, and Yuri of Silla was the 3rd king to reign. During this time, an army was formed and they started to invade other villages within Silla, including a coastal city called Gyeongju. The king's army could not withstand the oncoming force that has risen against them. One day, when hope seemed all but lost, a group of troops appeared with the wind, their skins a deep green, their bodies ephemeral, shimmering like a mirage. With each step they took, a gust of bamboo leaves would dance in their wake. The legion of soldiers drove the enemies away, and once the battle was won, they vanished. The king was overjoyed and looked for the soldiers to reward them for their deeds, yet they could not be found. The king followed the path of leaves that the bamboo legion had left behind. This led to the tomb of King Michu, who was once a king of Silla. King Gyuri was moved by this, and he held a ceremony at the tomb and gave thanks to the legion. It was said the bamboo legion could be called upon by the tide-turner flute, a mystical instrument used to summon them. The legion were known to be the protectors of the people, watching over them and coming to their aid in their time of need. However, within the land of the morning light, something has stirred them from their rest, and they are not too pleased. It will be up to you to unfurl this mystery. The story of the Changui is a cautionary tale from Korea, warning people of the dangers of tigers. These stories originated from areas within Korea where tigers were most known to appear. Steeped in tragedy, the Changui are born from the death of those killed by tigers, and through the ages these tales were passed down, changing with each telling. When a tiger eats a human, a supernatural phenomenon occurs. The souls of those who were eaten or bitten to death were known to become the Changui of the tiger. No longer in control, the Changui were damned to servitude, belonging to the tiger that killed them. There are 3 different types of Changui: the Gulgak, the Eol, and the Yukon. Depending on the order the humans were eaten, will determine the type of Changui that was made, each with unique appearances and roles. In some tales, the Changui seek out other victims. They will first find those closest to them, family members and loved ones. They would then bring them as offerings to the tiger. It was known that people of the Joseon era would not marry into a family that had a member that was killed by a tiger, fearing for their own lives. When facing a Changui, it might be helpful to know that these creatures absolutely love mesil, otherwise known as green plums, as the sour taste cannot be ignored by the Changui, and therefore it is said that the people of the Joseon era utilized traps with green plums as bait. I wonder what stories you will uncover, as the Changui might be a clue to learning more about the dreaded Sangun.